On the podcast, Chloe Swarbrick wants another shot at making smoking dope legal. Didn't we reject this 5 years ago? I'll be blunt about this. This is the last message our teenagers need right now. A joint will fix all your problems. Hardly. Vaping, truancy, mental health. Chloe, what planet are you actually on? Let's go.
Are we paying these people to front up, or are we paying them to fly to Wellington to eat their lunch? Should you really lose your career for refusing to take part in a 90-minute lesson about Māori culture? This government doesn't actually have any idea how to get economic growth. Show us what you made of, Prime Minister.
Editor-in-Chief with Duncan Garner.
Duncan Garner, Editor-in-Chief, proudly sponsored by the Brothers Green. Unlock the innate power of New Zealand botanicals to support your mobility. Try the Brothers Green New Zealand Move Joint Support Tonic and join over 20,000 other Kiwis experiencing easier movement. For as little as $1 a day, you too can experience the power of New Zealand hemp seed oil for your joint health. Head to brothersgreen.co and use code DG20 at the checkout for 20% off your first order. It's a good one. Always read the label. Take as directed. Supplementary, of course, to a balanced diet. The Brothers Green, Christchurch. Okay, g'day, good evening, welcome to the podcast. I'm Duncan Garner. Good to have you along. Your editor-in-chief, of course, and please subscribe. You can text my name, Duncan, to 3598. I'll send you the link for $7.99 a month. You get extra content. Lots of different content on the Friday. Oh, boy. Planet Earth to the Greens. Can you talk about something relevant to the struggle going on in New Zealand society today? You want to put cannabis reform back on the agenda. Make it legal to smoke weed. As a father, I'm not asking for this debate again. I'm trying to get my 15-year-old through the mini exams in the next couple of weeks and a pile of sporting engagements. I'm hoping he doesn't pick up vaping and booze as it is. And as it is, it's hard to get them to love school and engage and be clear-minded about things. The referendum at the election said no to cannabis reform. We parked it, Chloe. Are you trying to find relevancy? What are you up to? You're fishing around for something to latch onto? What is it? You've got to suck this up. The country said no. Cannabis destroys young lives. Focus on something more useful. I'll look at this tonight. Let's go.
It's the Slam Dunk.
All right, I've got to say it. Here we go again. Chloe Swarbrick and the Greens want to drag us back into the cannabis debate. Are they feeling a little bit left out this week? Are they looking for attention? If so, then this is a pretty cynical sort of an unwelcome way to go about it. Maybe your polling's shaky, Chloe, and you're trying to call out, to all the greenies to come back to the base, to come back to the, all your core supporters to come back, call them home. But this is the last message I want my young son and his mates to be hearing. Honestly, haven't we done this already? Didn't we decide this one a few years back? We had the vote, we had the advertisements, we had the debates, the scientists, the personal stories, the celebrities, the tears. And New Zealand said no. Didn't the Prime Minister at the time, Jacinda Ardern, have a view as in, allowing the referendum, but not having a view on it? That was dishonest, wasn't it? To pretend that you're sitting on the fence. It was close, sure, but so are MMP elections, and we can't go and relitigate those every 5 minutes. You had your shot and you lost. People looked at the facts, they looked at their kids, they looked at their communities, and they said no thank you. But 5 years later, here we go again. Same argument, different wrapping paper. The Greens trying to sound bold and progressive when actually this is just a tired sort of rerun of the movie that flopped at the box office. And look, Chloe's passionate, I get that. She's articulate, I get that. She's sharp, I get all that. But she's also completely out of tune with what's happening out there in the real world. In the real world right now, it's a struggle. Because if she actually stepped outside her Wellington bubble or Auckland campus common room and talked to teachers and parents or anyone working with our young people, she'd hear something very clear, that our kids are struggling. School attendance is still a mess. In some places, half the kids don't show up half the time. It's reported today that 12% of Kelston Boys High School in their final year, those boys, only 12% passed their final NCA year. We've got big changes coming. It's going to get tougher and tougher, not easier. So they don't need weed. We've got NCA standards tightening. Finally. This is a good thing, thank goodness. But what good are tougher standards if students aren't in the class to sit them? So we need to get them in the classroom. Teachers are exhausted. They're trying to teach to half-empty classrooms, to anxious, distracted kids and who can't focus in more than 5 minutes. And on top of all of that, we've got a vaping crisis that's out of control as well. Oh, we let vaping in, that's right. Let's be honest, that ship sailed, Chloe. The vaping ship sailed. Kids are hooked on it. You can smell it in every school bathroom, in every bus stop. It's everywhere. I know because I know young teenagers who vape, but they never smoked. But they vape. We allowed them to by putting it on every street corner. That would be the same with cannabis. We lost that fight because we let it creep in quietly. We were guinea pigs. We were the test kit. We told ourselves it wasn't that bad. We normalised it, and now we can't put the genie back in the bottle. Look at Thailand. They softened their cannabis laws. Now they're desperately backpedaling, trying to fix the mistake they made, trying to stuff the genie back in the bottle. Good luck. So here's my question. Why? Why on earth would we even consider doing the same thing this time with cannabis? What are you up to? Because that's what decriminalisation does. It sends a message that says, it's fine, it's normal, it's part of life. Don't worry about it. I don't want that message going to my kids. I've got mates that went down this rabbit hole, at school. One's never been the same ever again. Hooked, addicted, lost all his drive and soul, and he's stuffed. And once you send that message, you don't get to control where it lands. It lands in the hands of teenagers who are already vulnerable, already lost, already looking for an escape, and it creeps in quietly, just like vaping did. It creeps in. Just like everything else that starts out harmless before you know it. Look at booze. Booze is a problem. I agree that booze is a massive issue. It's harmful. We let it become normalised. My generation ripped into it. We thought it was all fun and games until it wasn't. We lost mates who died from drinking too much. I was at the funeral of one of them. I saw the pain. I'm not in denial. I've travelled this path. I know about booze and substances. The end story ain't that great. It's not health-based. It's not a health-based policy. It's soft, it's naive, and it's irresponsible at a time when young Kiwis need strength, not surrender. You want to help young people? Then get real about what they're facing. Help them build resilience, fix attendance, invest in mental health, and that actually works. Not slogans and sound bites. We don't need more blurred lines. We need clarity, boundaries, adults being adults. I get so tired of politicians pretending that if we just decriminalise everything, the problems will magically go away. You're dreaming. They'll multiply. Because the truth is, when you make something easier to access, more people will use it. And more people will get hurt. And in this case, it's our young people who pay the price. Young people have vapes. Why? Because the brothers and sisters give it to them. You say it'll run tightly. There'll be age limits and all that. Yeah. As we've seen with vaping. As I said, the older siblings, they buy these things for them. They pass them to the younger brothers and sisters. Hell, in Grey Lynn, there's some sort of 13, 14-year-olds that ask me every time they see me down the dairy for me to go and buy it for them. They offer me $20. And I said, don't worry, mate, I'm not interested. It'll be the same with weed. Chloe, with all due respect, you had your chance. You made your case, and the country said no. You don't get to relitigate democracy because you don't like the result. That's not leadership. That's petulance. New Zealand's got bigger issues to worry about. Attendance, literacy, vaping, youth, crime, mental health, all the big messy stuff. That's where the real fight is. That's where your energy should go, because dragging us back into the cannabis debate right now, that's not bold, that's not progressive. I think it's reckless. It's the wrong time, wrong place, wrong message, and it's sending the wrong signal to the very people we should be protecting. So here's the bottom line, Chloe. You had your say, the country decided. It's time to move on. Our kids don't need more fog. They need focus, direction, and hope. And they sure as hell don't need another politician telling them that getting high is somehow a solution. Madness. We've all been there, right? Come home from a long day at work, sit down and then get the inevitable what's for dinner. Being too tired to cook or even drive to the shop, Uber One is your answer. Joining Uber One gives you $0 delivery fee on eligible orders, 5% Uber credit on all rides, and exclusive offers through Uber, Uber Eats, and their partners. And if you sign up before the end of the year, you'll also get $10 off Uber cashback. Wow, that's pretty good, isn't it? Join Uber One today and start reaping the benefits. It ends December 31st. T's and C's, a minimum spend and fees apply. Okay. It is time for Letters to the Editor. Hi, Duncan. I'm a former journalist. I worked at Stuff and did a stint at MediaWorks in the newsroom, but I'm not sure if we ever crossed paths. About 7 years ago, I moved to Melbourne to work in comms. I get paid about double what I would be making in New Zealand doing the same job. I was 32 when I left, and as much as I love New Zealand, I have to be honest, money was a motivator behind my move. Melbourne's expensive, but nowhere near how expensive it is in New Zealand. I'm getting my Australian citizenship. I don't think I'll ever move back. I found a good Aussie Sheila. So why would I leave? I can afford a nice house in a nice suburb, and there's always more money left over. Just want to say I love the podcast. The longer form interviews really suits you. I think you've nailed it. Good work. Cheers, James. Thanks, James. Really nice feedback. Really positive, nice, and I appreciate that very much. Hello, Duncan and editorial crew. That's you boys. I know the show and content you are producing. Keep up the good work. Just a comment on the sound balancing for guests on the show. I fully understand that the audio quality is inconsistent with call-ins and that, but it would be great to be able to hear the guest at the same level. I can hear you loud and clear. Just a quality of product comment. Otherwise, it's a daily tune-in I look forward to in regards to the political antics happening in our slice of soil. Robert. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it, mate. That's us for today, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, you can subscribe. 3598. You text my name, Duncan, to 3598, and we'll send you the link for $7.99 a month. You'll get all the bonus episodes, Ask Me Anything sessions, the whole shebang. She-bang. Appreciate it. Thank you to the Brothers Green as well for your continued support. Thanks, guys. Lockie. Thank you, mate. And Brody, thank you very much for everything you do. I appreciate it. I know you're snowed under and busy, and you put all your effort into it, so thank you so much. That's us, folks. Duncan at rover.nz. So you get hold of me. We'll do it all again tomorrow. Take care, folks. All the very best. Till up.
Editor-in-Chief with Duncan Garner.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Duncan Garner, Editor-in-Chief, sponsored by the Brothers Green. Feed your gut what it needs. Digest Gut Health Protein Powder. I use it myself. It supports natural digestion and gut health. Made with premium Canterbury-grown hemp powder and a unique blend of active kiwi fruit enzyme powder and kiwi fruit skin extract, offering natural prebiotics and a nutrient-rich profile to complement a balanced lifestyle. Always read the label. Take as directed. Supplementary, of course, to a balanced diet. The Brothers Green, Christchurch.